Good afternoon, troops, legions of the internet. This is Heroes and Generals Devstream number 12, live from Copenhagen. This afternoon, it's going to be a short one. It's going to be me, Rito Gargamel, Rito Redbjarne, our director, and special guest today, Rito Blackjamma, who's one of our art departments. Today we're gonna just keep it down to 30 minutes because we got a run at 4 p.m. We are going to see Fury, and so we're gonna find out how OP Sherman tank can be when it's Brad Pitt who's in charge. So yeah, faction favoritism here. Apparently there's a real tiger in it.
Oh yeah, the Bovington.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So today we're gonna just really stick to very basic stuff, a few Q&A, and but first we're gonna start by showing I think your stuff. How about we dig into right away? So what maybe like you can introduce what you do.
Yeah, my name is Rito Blackjamma, and here I'm doing some of all the stuff in the shop. You guys are hopefully buying a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I've been working on now. It's not in the game in the client yet, but I'll let you show it. First thing I want to show you is in here in Soft Image. I want to tell you about what I did here. First, I have a talk with the art director, and we kind of decide about what needs to be done and how we need. And what needs to be shown, and then I sit for a little while and try to come up with a good idea, basically. And what I'm going to show you here is the U.S. mechanized infantry, and it's for the assault teams.
So this is the image for the when you select an assault team, or when you buy one in the shop. Or?
Yes, this one is made for when you become a general, and you can buy some assault teams. And this is basically a little bit of to show you. When you click on the assault team button, and you click through the different assault teams, so you see what the different assault teams are and
what's in it.
What's in it? Yeah.
Yeah, and this one here I worked on for a little while. It's basically the mechanized infantry, and then try to set up a small story within each image, so it doesn't become too static and boring for you guys to look at. And hopefully when you look at it, there's going to be a small stories for you to find in it. Unfortunately, this one here, the legs are kind of gone and stuff like that, but I guess you guys can use your imagination for that.
Is it the same exact geometry that's in the game, or?
Yes, it actually is. I believe so. It is a low-risk game vehicles we have here, and I believe it is. The textures are definitely.
The textures are high resolution.
Okay, so
game, or just different textures.
Actually, I'm not really sure. It's the game. I grabbed some textures on the server, and basically, I'm not sure how to get scaled up and down in the game. But here you see, I have set up the guys, the vehicle, and try to, basically tell a little story with the guy being under attack, and they're coming out from the vehicle and trying to defend themselves. You see, this is the camera angle I set it up, and for some of you guys, maybe it's a little bit hard to see, but this was supposed to be a small story about them trying to fight off some panzer, and
they're getting attacked by some armor. I guess they have to get out of that truck pretty fast.
Yeah, and then basically, and then I try to, like, there's a small story here, and this guy is shooting. I will show you that later on in the Photoshop. You can see how I built it up, the whole file. And these guys are coming out, and
maybe point with the mouse too.
Oh yeah,
they don't see it when you point the screen right.
Like a noob thing. Here you can see these guys are like fighting off the armor, and I wanted these guys to be like the enemy coming from over this side, and they're like trying to get out so they can defend themselves.
When you're doing the like the German version of this, are you then doing a different story, or are you just trying to tell the same story with different? How does it? How do you go about with that?
Actually, trying to. Good question. Actually, I think I basically just wanted to try to make it an impactful image for you guys, and I wanted to make sure that when you look at the image, you feel that you get more into the action, and when you look at each soldier, you see them actually doing stuff instead of just being there. And
it reminds me of the Warhammer miniatures that people used to paint in
that's right.
the
They did the small dioramas.
Space Marines.
And I do all when I've set up this whole scene, like how I want each soldier and how I want the vehicle and the camera angle and all that stuff. It's time for the whole rendering process, which takes a little while.
Yeah, so we're not going to do it live, right?
No, we're not. I'm not going to do it live. It takes like 10 minutes or something like that to do a preview render. But I have set up a Photoshop file for you guys, so you can see how I break some of the stuff up. And first off,
Can we switch to Photoshop, Mr. Cameraman?
Oh yeah, that's right. Then it's time for me to take a more sip. Well, I start by breaking the whole thing up into layers, and here you can see, for instance, I start by having the.
That's nice. That's nice detail on the truck here.
And then I have to put in the grass comes in, and then I have the soldier comes in.
Did you render everything separately?
Yes, I rendered out in each layer, and you can also I treat it in Photoshop like tweaking a little bit on the saturation and some of the highlights, and you can see here this is how it looked when it came out to render. This is how I did it, so it got a little bit more strong sunlight, and I'm
so you don't have to spend so much time setting up the light in the rendering. You sort of like fix it in Photoshop.
Exactly. There's a lot of cheating going on, and as you will see later on, I also fix the textures, and then I put in a little bit of darkness and some shadows on the grass, and now it starts getting grounded a little bit more, so they don't float around on the picture.
Excellent.
And then after this I get some. Let's see here if I can find it. I have some dirt layer. I put it on. Yes. Boom. Now it starts getting like more grimy and like it's been fighting and it's been used, and I really wanted to make it feel like it's been out there in the field and really trying to defeat the enemy and being used. And then it's time to put in a little bit.
If you can make it a little bit bigger.
Of course I can. Let's see.
There you go.
Put a little action into it. So he's got some muzzle flash up there, and if you can see, I actually put some shells in there as well. And lastly, the magic thing, a little bit of glow to make it look better. And finally, just the bottom layer. Yeah,
that looks really cool.
And I hope
really nice. Yeah.
It's the first time we see it. I mean, it's the first time I see it.
I finished it. This one I finished up yesterday, and
it's
And it's like I tried to make it like what I said, but the story thing. I wanted to take his backpack off and have some extra rockets lying there. So just like he ran out from the truck and just threw it back on the ground, and his gun is there, and really wanted to put it in there.
Have to hurry up.
Yeah, exactly. I really wanted to get the action feeling into the image as well. And hopefully, this is like just one of several I'm doing now. And once at some point he's going to get into the game, and you guys going to be hopefully going to be exploring the whole shop and enjoying some of the images. And
maybe we should consider doing some of these as wallpaper or something that people can download.
For sure,
definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be
can you show a German one?
Yes, I can. See, like this. Up. PM. And it's built up in the same way. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's the recon.
But that's pretty cool. Is it done or?
Yeah, it is actually done. But
Yeah, I thought that you wanted to hide it.
I wanted to, but let me see if I can get the. Oh, actually, I haven't put it out here. But you can see the recon then.
Oh,
That is not the recon.
there you go.
This is the recon. And it's built up in the same way, and I wanted to mechanize a recon for the Germans. I wanted to put it in. That's too bad, yeah. And I enjoyed it a lot doing it, and hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying it as well.
Excellent. It's really good.
So, thanks for that. I guess we're going to use the last 15 minutes for questions. Oh, before that, maybe we could show the few. We got a few more screenshots from the community. If
How do I get out of this?
yeah, if you can.
Escape, maybe?
Control F or not? No, you're not into full screen.
What are you saying? The
Alt tab, yes. The ancient art of Alt tab.
where here?
There you go. So, what do you got there? Remember to full screen it.
There you go.
Amazing. So, this is from James009. Remember, cool guys don't look at explosions.
They just right away.
I hope I get as much action to my images as in there.
Pretty
This
cool.
looks really
Oh yeah,
good.
you can see down here. You can see a guy just flying away.
And but the one we wanted to show people, there's a series of in the same. There you go.
Oh,
That's
there you go.
our Risinek, who finally made it to the
bike
top of the
maniac.
church. So last week there was this guy the same guy sent us a bunch of pictures of him trying to climb the stairs to the second floor of the church, and then he got stuck there, but now he made it all the way up to the bell tower. Congratulations.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
That's impressive.
So but you can get on the roof and
Well, he'll receive a prize if he can get on top of the, on the roof of the bell tower.
and that one. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's go with questions. So, you're sure you want to answer all of this, right?
We can also just take some from the stream.
We can also do that, but later, after these ones, because these guys actually took the trouble of putting it on the forum.
Yeah.
So-
Let's figure out what they.
Okay, let's look at this
Okay,
one. King Fu Julian asking, why was it decided to allow pilots to wear SMGs?
Because we figured that the SMG is a small enough weapon to fit in the cockpit,
Yeah.
and basically why not? Rifles and machine guns, not really, but the submachine guns are fine, I think. So that's why we did it.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks to be a grounded pilot.
Yeah.
So, still, King Fu Julian asking, will there be a separate ranking list for assault teams?
We are working right now on a new leaderboard feature. It's not going to get in the next update, but we are working on it, and in that we are going to add some rankings for the campaign game as well, together with a lot of other rankings. But it's going to be a different type of ranking list, more like what do you call it? An averaging out over time. So it's not going to be like a top 10 Hall of Fame style. It's more going to be what you would see on the billboards, for example. So if you want to be in the top spot, you have to keep playing to prove that you can stay in the top spot. it's going to be an interesting leaderboard, I think. And obviously, yes, we are going to see how much we can add from the campaign game as well.
Thanks. Next question from Xeator. If a weapon with modified ammo is picked up from a dead player, who pays for the further use of that weapon? Actually, isn't it already paid?
It's obviously, yes, it's already paid.
When the guy spawns, right?
Yeah,
he took his ammo and...
yeah, but it's not going to be worn out if that's what he's asking about.
So you stop spending the ammo when you die.
Yeah.
So if the next guy picks it up, he gets it for free, basically.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah.
It
kind of makes sense because I mean it's kind of, you're already dead. Why should you pay more?
Yeah.
You paid with your life.
But can you end up getting shot with your own weapon when after you spawn?
After you, yeah. Only in video game. Video game.
Might in the future, if people start to to exploit this in a bad way, then we obviously just stop it so we can pick up modified weapons. But for now, I think it serves as a way to try out other people's weapons and for new players to actually experience what modded weapons can be like to use. So we're going to keep it in, but obviously, if it's going to get exploited too much, then we're just going to remove it.
But would you remove like just the mods?
Yeah.
So that when you pick up a weapon, it's just a standard weapon, no matter who was using it. Yeah, that makes
for now,
sense.
I think it's a nice gift from us to the players.
Yeah. It would be like the ultimate insult to be shot with your own weapon.
Yeah.
Next question would be from Westwick. When a new feature is decided, who does it go to for creation? That's a very wide question, I think.
Yeah, it's.
Isn't it the other way around? Actually, it's more like a new feature is kind of collectively decided,
it comes with a. Sometimes it's a request from the community. Like, we need something to fix this stuff that doesn't work. Then we need to come up with some suggestions for how to fix it. And we have a design group in here where we discuss stuff like that and decide on what general direction we would go in for finding a solution for a certain problem or with new features for the game. And obviously it's being discussed a lot before we actually decide on the actual solution. Then when this sort of like the rough design is in place, we can start involving all the people who are going to implement the final solution. But very often when we start digging into the feature, we find a lot of stuff that's not really decided yet or undesigned and stuff. So a feature will have a longer life where it's being discussed and half implemented and tested out and stuff before we actually say green light. Now we put it into a release and then we finish it up. So it's a long process to do that. A lot of people are involved in that process as well. Sometimes it's actually just from the business side. It's like, we need something that does this and this. We have to put it in. It can also be a PR thing. We need to make an integration with some like website wants to promote something through the game, and we have to make, for example, skins for that. So it's not a 100% clear way from feature to release.
So yeah, it can. Yeah. The need comes from different places, and it's different people who make it happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
it's one of those things we can actually talk about in the whole feature in one of these
eventually, I guess,
sessions. So if that's interesting enough,
because I don't think we never kind of covered who does what, and it's on our website, but
we only a few sessions ago we talked about how a release actually goes up through different servers and are tested and all stuff. But we could actually just say how make a feature on how do we make a weapon. That might be some of the things that people would be interested in. When we decide on stuff to go into the game.
So we will drag Ville into the.
We just try and explain it. So.
The next question would be from Skemba. Is it being considered to reduce the tank reload speeds?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know when I
Fast question. Fast answer.
when I'm in a tank, it does never reloads fast enough. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Damn it! But pork cack. Okay, pork cack is some kind of meat. Is asking, is merchandise store being considered?
We actually have discussed it a few times. I don't know why we keep forgetting that people actually want our merch, but maybe we could do it at some point. I don't know. We have discussed it. I don't know why we actually chose not to do it, but because we have a lot of
We don't really like money.
Yeah, we have a lot of merchandise though, so but we only give it away to people with clever questions for us.
That's the only way to get them out. Collectors only items for the true fans.
So next question would be from Sky Soldier. That's so hard to say.
What? Sky Soldier?
Sky Soldier is asking, will you add additional experience for those who assault and kill people? It sounds weird. But it's really those who assault and kill people when trying to capture.
We already do.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
We already do.
Maybe it's just not explicitly
Yeah, we
mentioned.
with the new battle report, we sort of like bundle several parameters together in one action, because otherwise the list would be too extensive. So some of them are just groups of parameters that we track.
But when you're in the action game, doesn't it say sometimes like aggressive capture or something like that? Well, that's what it is.
That's
right?
why killing. There's two of those. There's killing while you capture, and then there's killing an enemy that is capturing. That's the two different. Types.
Because one is kind of like defending in a way.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you kill somebody in the capture point while it's neutral, it's not defending yet.
No, she should be capturing.
Yeah.
So.
Those categories are there.
Yeah.
Haywire Commander is asking, how is it being decided which feature makes it into which build? That we showed. We went into detail. What was it, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? I think Devstream number 9. I think.
Yeah.
We If you go and look on YouTube, you'll find the answer.
But generally, you could say that it's all about what makes sense and what it's time to actually finish before the release, the build comes out. So it's also a process that involves several people and a lot of time scheduling and planning. So.
I guess you can say that I mean, I'm finding that out more and more because I'm seeing the support end of things and I'm seeing the bugs.
Yeah.
That when you change something in the action game, sometimes you have to change something in the database side of things.
Yeah.
So there's different people. There's the action
lots of different people.
Programmer, and then the database programmer have to kind of make things work together so that we can keep track of everything that's going on, both in the server and the action server and the database, the player database.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and obviously a lot of the features are being developed in you can say in parallel, so they don't interfere with each other before they're sort of like finished, and we put them onto the release stream or release server, and that's where all the funny stuff happens when it just blows up all the time. Weird stuff happens.
Stuff start breaking and new features.
Well, so that's about it. For the next question, Baskerville is asking, are there any plans to add extra sounds to the campaign map, such as the sound of an assault team of yours winning a battle?
It's not in the. We are actually changing a lot on the campaign map right now, but we're not really doing anything with the sounds.
Could be nice. Right?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Your little guys going in. And there was much rejoicing. Faux Hammer is asking, will there ever be a customizable GUI, meaning that you would move things around to your line, you would relocate?
That is one of the really, really old requests that we haven't actually gotten around to doing anything about. The system we use for doing the UI actually supports in some way that very tech-savvy users can like do their own UI. But it's one of those things that would require quite a lot of work from our side to facilitate that. So we haven't really done it.
Because I think some of the artwork also is kind of made to fit in certain parts of the screen,
but
right?
it's basically made with a system called GameSVF, which is like an open source system where you create the UI in Flash as a Flash file, and you link it up with some code on the game side. So it's definitely possible to do, but you have to be good at programming and stuff in order to do it. And obviously, if we start going down that road, people expect us to support it, and then we're still a small company.
There's some more questions from the forum, but we promised we'd look at some of the questions from the chat. There's a good one here. Jockey707 asking, can the generals get a battle report for their troops? Can they? As in on the campaign map, getting a battle report?
Not right now, but that is one of the things we're working on as well.
I think that was the meaning of the question.
Yeah. We have obviously one of the features that we implemented for the next update is a notification system, and with that in place, we can start to look into to obviously notifying the player of what has actually happened on the battlefield while he was away, or like asynchronous notifications, which is nice. Obviously, the first use case we use for implementation is your financials. When you receive gold for first battle of the day, and war funds, and obviously the spending of spending what it costs to auto repair your mods and stuff like that. So that's what we use it for in the first place. But the back end system is what has taken the most work, is in place to facilitate stuff like this, where we can inform the players of what's actually going on in the campaign game.
I'm looking for another one we can fit in. There's that comes up often, but I'll ask it again. Pistachio is asking, will we be able to review our own demos? It means our own games, basically, in the future. Asking, will we get a mission viewer for replays?
The replay viewer. Again, now we showed some of it, so obviously we get more and more requests for doing that. It's still a bit of a hackish, hard-coded thing in order to show it. So, but it would definitely be nice if we could support that. Right now, we're only using it internally.
The Dominion network is asking, how is when will snow come? That's not before Christmas, right? Yeah.
Right now, the weather is actually, it's almost like summer.
There's
still.
not
I
that
don't
much
know
snow.
what's going on.
But we talked about it, didn't we, last time? I think snow.
Yeah. The
so
seasons and that we like.
The seasons and all that. Watch the one from last week, our dev stream from last week. I think the answer is in there. Let's see. I guess. That's a good one. Bullseye89 is asking, melee attacks with rifles. Can we expect that at some point?
At some point, we are forced to do an update of the melee system, but it's not in the sort of like in the cards right now. But that would be a good idea to actually do, so you can actually headbutt smack people with the butt of the weapon.
That'd be awesome.
Stabbing with the bayonets and stuff like that would also be nice.
Yeah, that could be.
But obviously, just those two things by themselves takes a lot of work to do. So obviously, we have to again weigh that up against other things that are more pressing to get into the game.
But when you find that sniper who's been, hiding behind his tree the whole time. So I guess there's a ton of questions still. We have to run, unfortunately.
It's a short show this
It was
time.
a short show this week, but we will be
do
back.
an extra long one next week?
Yeah, let's do it. Next week.
Extra mini question.
We'll do one on Friday and one on Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Yeah. You early birds out there.
So, but you can watch it again if you just came in. You can watch the show again on Twitch, and we'll put it up on YouTube at our earliest convenience. It might not be today though, right? Because usually it's Jesper who does that.
Yeah, it's not me.
He is homesick.
He's homesick.
He lives here.
In here. Like
He's in his house, coughing. So, I guess we will wish you a pleasant weekend. If you go see Fury as well, we'll be with you in spirit. And see you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.
Take care.